The UFC has updated their rankings, and at the top of the pound-for-pound list is Islam Makhachev, now ranked number 1. He should have been here before. Let's be honest here. Islam, no one over the last couple of years has looked as dominant as Islam Makhachev has, from his dominant win over Charles Oliveira, from him defeating Alex Volkanovski in Australia with not so ideal circumstances, and then fighting Volk on short notice on 10 days where there was a lot for him to lose in that opportunity, and he goes out there and he knocks out Alex Volkanovski. Still the only fighter to finish Alex Volkanovski in the UFC. He's actually the only guy to beat Alex Volkanovski, period. He's handed him 2 losses. I think this was the right call. You look at the body of work that Volk has done in the featherweight division, outstanding. And then, to move up and fight Islam, where again, only Islam can lose his belt, Volk can't. I think he definitely deserves this. So I'm of the belief that he should be ranked here. I said this right after the Volk win as well, that he should be up here. So no issues with that. I think it makes sense. But kind of why I wanted to do this video as well is that, this idea that Islam doesn't get enough respect, I think this is proof of this now, that he does. Okay. I know there's still, a lot of fans, for whatever reason, they want to play up this whole idea about Islam somehow being counted out and people don't think he's great. I mean, here's your proof right here. And this is from the media. They're the ones that do the rankings. I think there's not a better honor, in MMA than being at the top of the pound for pound list. So, and I think Islam's going to be here for a while, because right now I don't see anyone at lightweight beating him. We'll see if he decides to move up to welterweight at some point, but Islam being at the top of the list, I think, is completely right. And you just sort of look at the resume he has. He's right in the prime of his career at the moment. I think this is something that he is going to hold for a while until he decides to look elsewhere here. But 32 years old, prime of his career, and you just look at the resume here. A lot of finishes. That's the big thing. And I hear some criticism about his fighting style. I mean, I don't know how you can say that when he's finishing so many good opponents here. So this is impressive. And I, just kind of going over the rest of the list here, you got Jon Jones at number 2. The problem with Jon is just the lack of activity. He's been out for a while. He goes out there and beats Stipe. I still don't know if that necessarily means much, because I don't think many people are picking Stipe to win. But you can't ignore the body of work that Jon Jones has had as the light heavyweight champion. That's got to be recognized. So definitely feel like Jon should be on this list as far as him being ranked number 2. That's debatable, I'm sure. Volkanovski at 3, I think, is fine. There's, school of thought that Volk's done. He's old, all this. We'll see. He's fighting Ilia Topuria. If he beats Ilia, then that's certainly going to keep him on this list. Leon Edwards at number 4. Again, debatable a bit. I know he's got the 2 wins over Usman, but, this is where things get a little bit murky. And then you got Oliveira, you got O'Malley at 6. O'Malley's got, I know he's the champion, but him being ranked number 6 over, like an Adesanya, I don't know. Like, I know Adesanya's not the champ right now. This is where, you run into problems here with the pound for pound list. Like, we could do a whole show on this, I'm sure, but, this whole list in general, how do you determine who's the pound for pound best? Is it someone that, to me, it's someone that has been dominant in their division, so Islam fits the bill. And the other argument is, could they move up a weight class and find success? I think Islam would at 170. I do, just with his style. I think he's a pretty strong guy in the weight class. I'm fine with that. Jones has obviously proved at heavyweight. Well, he hasn't fought too many people at heavyweight, but getting that win over Cyril Gane in the first round is impressive. So that's got to put him up there. Volk had a close fight with Islam, so he's got to be up there too. That's kind of what I look at. Like, if Leon Edwards moved up to middleweight, would you pick him to beat Sean Strickland? Maybe. I don't know. So that's kind of how I look at that. That's how I determine my pound for pound list. So that's my thoughts on Islam being included in there. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think Islam should be ranked number 1? What is your criteria for pound list? Again, it's very ambiguous, but did feel like this is something we can discuss and have an interesting debate on in the comments if you guys are up for it and are going to be respectful, of course. I know that's asking a lot, but yeah, I think this is the right call. I mean, I don't think there's anyone in any division right now who has looked more dominant than Islam Makhachev has. So I think the UFC made the right call here. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, @LynchOnSports. I'm James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.